right, and we are in. Hope you guys are doing good today. I'm gonna be doing something super chill and laid back. Criterion Channel just announced their June 2026 lineup. Uh, did a quick glance and I saw some things that I thought looked interesting. Figured we could talk about them, and I might also take the time to research a couple of movies that I don't know. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this. So, getting started here. Their first I don't know what to call it, like curated playlist. I guess we'll call it a curated playlist. They're doing Odysseys, obviously, trying to kind of tap into the Christopher Nolan Odyssey that's coming out later this year. It looks like a couple of really good movies in here. I haven't gotten to see Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I'm very excited to watch that. I also haven't gotten to see the Darjeeling Limited. That's Wes Anderson, 2007. Um, Looks good. I like most of his movies that I have seen, so I'm very excited for that. Let me see. It's Real Labyrinth of New York City After Dark with After Hours, which is from 1985. I got The Searchers and Walkabout. Tragic, comic, mythic, deeply personal tales of wanderers and seekers tap into the fundamental human yearning to find our way back to where we belong. I might try out a couple of these movies. Is the see the Straight Story 1999. Let's actually search that one up really quickly. I want to know a little bit more about that movie. Okay, so this is a Lynch film. Okay, I don't think I've gotten to see a single Lynch film before. I want to make my way through his movies. Is the only Lynch film to receive a G rating. Now that's surprising. Yeah, as Walt Disney. Stars Richard Farnsworth, Sissy Spacek, and Harry Dean Stanton. So, Harry Dean Stanton's in a lot of his films. So I guess I am excited to watch that one. Maybe I have seen that one when I was really young and I just don't remember it. Let's see, Searchers from 1956 is probably the only other one I would be curious about. John Wayne. Okay. I need to get more into westerns. I actually don't know too much about westerns, so I will also be excited to check this one out as well. Um, I think this will probably be a good playlist. I especially like that none of these movies I've seen before, so it'll be actually really interesting to get to go in and see what I think about it. Um, Very excited about this one. Getting three James Bond classics: Doctor No, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger. Seen all of them. Love James Bond. I'm a huge James Bond fan, so I am actually really excited to get to rewatch these. I might not watch them this month. I'll probably do a rewatch later just because of the amount of movies in my back catalog that I need to go through, but I'm very excited about these. I did see this one, so we're getting a starring Courtney Love. So Courtney Love's getting her own feature. Um, Intelligence brews glamour to the screen, metering a place in cinematic culture alongside her hallowed stature in music. And obviously, lead singer of Hole, loved her work in that band. So I could say I'm excited about this. I don't know if I've seen any of these films. I don't think I have. Let me. Courtney Love IMDb. Let me just pull up a couple of her movies. I want to see. Um, Looking at the '90s, I guess. The People versus Larry Flint. That's it's Harrelson. Yeah, Harrelson, Courtney Love, Edward Norton, pornography publisher, and how became a defender of free speech. Okay, not 100% sold on that one. 7.3. Apparently, people do like it. Basquiat's on here. Okay. Um, this is a movie that I had seen, although it has been quite a long time since I have seen it. Yeah, Benicio del Toro, David Bowie, Christopher Walken, stacked cast. Courtney Love is kind of down there, huh? Um, Straight to Hell. Um, where is that? Okay, so we got her. I'm gonna open links in the new tab for these. 200 cigarettes. Beat. Oh, she was in Man on the Moon. I have not seen that movie in such a long time. What's the last one? Trapped from O2. Okay. So Straight to Hell, Dick Rude, Alex Cox. I don't know if I know Alex Cox. Okay, I mean I've seen Sid and Nancy, but he was apparently man sitting in Mr. Head's room. Not really a glowing actor. Oh, he was in Mad God. I have seen Mad God. That movie, I'm very conflicted on. I think I gave it a 5 out of 10. Okay. Parody action movie. Hour 26. I might end up watching that. 200 cigarettes. Ben Affleck, Casey Affleck, Dave Chappelle. Um, did she? Okay, there she is. I was about to say, did she make? She did. So yeah. Okay, I might watch these. Kiefer Sutherland, murders, drama. Norman Reedus. Okay, I'm interested. I'm interested. I might do something where I watch all of these throughout the month and maybe do a ranking at the end of it. I could see that being a fun thing to do. Sure. Okay. This one I'm actually very excited about. We got Weddings. Very excited to see Marie Antoinette again. I have not seen that movie, and at this point, I want to say about a decade. Same with Melancholia. I've not seen Melancholia in like 6 years. I would be excited to watch both of those. Umbrella's a Cherbourg. What is that? Um, Jacques Demy had a sequel. Okay. Won the Palme d'Or in 1964, starring Catherine Deneuve and Vernon. Okay. Wedding in White, A Wedding, Golden 80s, Muriel's Wedding, Rachel Getting Married. I'll take a look at these. I mean, obviously, I'm very excited to see Marie Antoinette and Melancholia getting a little double feature of Kirsten Dunst. That'll be pretty sick. This one, I really want to know a little bit more about. There is a ton of movies here. I don't know. I might come back to this. LGBTQ plus favorites about queer cinema. See, is there anything in here that I have seen before or have been wanting to see? So, Portrait of Jason, I've heard about but haven't seen. Big Nars, nope. Times of Harvey Milk. That's the documentary that inspired the '08 Sean Penn film. I'm pretty sure. I can search that up to make sure that I'm not giving misinformation. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, that'll be cool to watch. I actually have not gotten to see that. I saw the '08 movie. Um, Paris is Burning, classic. Have seen that. I think this was has been on Criterion for quite a while. I'm sure that's just like one of those movies that gets lumped in, which is fine. Totally fucked up. Fresh Kill, The Watermelon Woman, Nowhere, 1997. That is, I'm not wrong. That's Lynch. Is that Lynch? Greg Araki. Okay, I was wrong. That's fine. James Duval, Ryan Philippe, 97. I've definitely seen that cover before. I'm excited to watch that for sure. Weekend. Oh, 2011. Yes, I have heard about this film. I've not gotten to see this. This has been on my list for, God, at least 12, 13 years at this point. I'm very excited to finally have an excuse to watch this. This will probably be one of the first movies that I see next month. That's awesome. Beyond the Aggressives, 25 years later. Orlando, My Political Biography, 2023. I haven't seen anything 2020. I've definitely not seen or heard about. Um, Orlando biography. I saw that this was in the coming soon area of like just released from theaters that Criterion Channel has. So I've read this before. I might watch it. I'm not 100% sure on all of these, but cool. All right. This documentary is really weird. I don't know how they're going to care to do this for the Criterion Channel. So this movie has been shown, I don't know, for like the last decade in like a bunch of different like film festivals, but it gets recut every single time. So like every time that somebody could watch it, it's a completely different movie. Really interesting thought process on it. So I don't know. Are they going to like keep updating it through the program, like through the channel, or are they going to just keep it? Oh, it says right here, premiering the new version featured each month. So I'm wondering if they're going to like cycle through all the different ones, and maybe if they end up creating more of them in the future. Brian Eno. Amazing. Really love his ambient work, especially in the 80s, airplane music. Really enjoyed. He had the song with I think his name's Fred again last year that I remember I really enjoyed. Obviously, I loved his work on the Berlin trilogy with David Bowie. Um, I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch this, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. I'm glad to see that it's on here. We also have The Love That Remains. I know this is Icelandic. It's Icelandic film. Um, Hilner uh, Paul Mawson. Okay, I'm probably fucking that up. I know that this is getting added to the Criterion Collection in July. I know the Criterion Collection has been adding. Yeah, so January 30th of this year. But adding a lot of like recent films. It's been very interesting to see what they've been doing with it. I'm not 100. Yeah, Icelandic is the okay. So that's the language. Yeah, and Iceland was one of the countries. Okay, Icelandic. Um, I saw that. We'll get to it in a second. Um, yeah, actually, let me go to the Criterion collection. 30% off all discs. Okay, there's that movie. It's coming now on the channel. Point Blank. It's the May. Where's the okay the disc release? Where's the coming soon? There's the coming soon. Yeah, like if you just look like there's like quite a few recent movies on here. Like if I remember Fresh, is it Fresh Kill? Is that recent? 94. Where is it? Because there was a couple of movies on here that were like, yeah, Magellan, which came out this year. It was just an accident. Was from last year. Um, I don't know if I know the films of Mike Mills. But there's quite a few movies that they've been releasing into their collection that have been recent. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Sentimental Value right there. I find that interesting. I don't know what it is to do with that because I know previously they would go for more like the classics. I don't know if maybe that well's running dry or if they just really want to spotlight newer movies, but I'm actually for it. I think it's really cool to see a lot of newer, especially directors from different countries and cultures getting a shake at kind of being immortalized in a way in terms of being a part of channels with just a bunch of other good movies attached. So no, that's really cool. Anyway, here we go. Adventures in movie going. This is a Criterion Channel staple. They'll get like a director or an actor on, and they'll talk about a couple of movies that mean a lot to them. Get an interview with, talking about the specific movie, and then they show the movie as well. So I don't know if I know any of these movies, but I really like John Waters. Icon. A lot of great movies under his belt. Pink Flamingos. Hairspray. So we got Brink of Life. Each of three women in maternity ward come to terms with keeping or losing their babies. So that seems like that's going to be a fun time. 84 minutes. Love that. Okay, Ingmar Bergman, who I don't know if I've seen any of his stuff yet. Naked Kiss, 1964. So that's not actually okay. Cool. Um, oh, there it is. For some reason, it didn't want to show. So neo noir. Okay. I can understand why I'm seeing a lot of themes that are pretty much running through a lot of John Waters' films when looking at some of these movies. So this might be one that I actually watch every single one of as well. Wanda, 1970, Barbara Loden. Okay, cool. So it looks like he really went for movies that were important to him for a lot of these. I really love seeing that. I'm very excited to see what the interview ends up being about and what he ends up talking about. I think that'll be really cool. Yeah, you're the only one. Might as well do that one since we're here. Last summer 2023. Leah Drucker. This one does not have a Wikipedia. Okay. I've been a writer on quite a few things. I don't think I've seen anything that she's done. Okay, cool. Um, Rediscoveries and restorations. Got Typhoon Club. Shinji Somai. Wish they would show pictures of some of these movies when they did these. Okay, 85. Romance, drama, melodrama. Maybe shouldn't be going on images while I am live, but that's fine. I don't think it actually showed anything bad. Nomad, Hong Kong New Wave. Okay, cool. Patrick Tam. Be excited to see that. Criterion Collection editions. We're getting Fresh Kill. Okay, cool. The Game, David Fincher. I think this is like the only Fincher I haven't seen. This has stars Michael Douglas, right? Well, of course, obviously. I don't think that's the game that they're referring to. Good rapper though. Yeah, yeah, Michael Douglas. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be excited to watch that then. Arthur Graham, Dance on Film, The Harder They Come. Ooh, After Hours, Scorsese. That'll be a fun one to watch too. That makes sense since it's coming in anyway. Repo Man. Then that was also in the Odysseys. Okay, cool. Um, Punk Provocations, getting Repo Man, Straight to Hell, Walker, Highway Patrol Man. Cool. Be excited to get to another rewatch of Repo Man in. It's been a while since the last time I saw it. Short films. I'm not. I don't usually watch the short films on Criterion, so maybe, maybe not. Eric Romer. Got quite a few of his movies coming in, huh? Let me see. Nine. Looks like we're getting quite a few of his movies in, and that's like almost all of them, huh? Up until 98? Okay, cool. Uh, so Hollywood hit. We're getting Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Okay. Wild at Heart. Okay. I haven't gotten to see Wild at Heart. Like I said, I haven't watched much Lynch, so I'll be excited to watch that. Pacific Heights, cool. Garden of Words. I haven't heard of this. Makoto Shinkai. I might. I might watch that. Well, that looks beautiful. 2013. Might be some problematic stuff going on in this from the little I read. But I'll try that out. Maybe. Gary Hustwit, documentary by Design, Ketty, two films by Daniel Peddle, The Aggressives Beyond the Aggressives, 21st Century Cinema. Okay. Hotel Destino. And then the short films for LGBTQ plus shorts. Yeah, I guess because we're in June, it's Pride. It makes sense. Again, I don't really watch the shorts, so I might wait to see what other people might say about some of them, and see if there's a couple that I want to see. But um, all right, cool. Well, that was the list, so I guess that's really all we're gonna talk about. So yeah, have a good one.